So this is week 9 and 10. We are having the first call on week 9 and 10. I am hoping that we are uh, still keeping a pace with week 7 and 8, which is on the psychic being, because I feel that it's necessary, and it's actually for the whole of life. The week 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and further, it is enough for a lifetime. The work that it has, getting in touch with the psychic being, the unification with the psychic being, and then in the process of surrender. So it is enough for a lifetime, this work. And just make sure that don't lose the touch if you're really interested in this. Yeah. So let's maybe shortly go through this document. I'll just share the screen so that it's visible to both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see the screen?
Just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this the assigned reading for these 2 weeks is first this document, and also this chapter on surrender from Letters on Yoga volume 2, which I'll be sending you by email or maybe share on the WhatsApp group as well, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. Sneha, maybe you can begin with reading a bit of, maybe I can color it, and until that point you can read.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Sneha.
How can we establish a settled peace and silence in the mind? First of all, you must want it. And then you must try and persevere, continue trying. What I have just told you is very good news. Yet there are others also. You sit quietly to begin with, and then instead of thinking of 50 things, you begin saying to yourself, peace, 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 calm, calm, peace. You imagine peace and calm. You aspire. Ask that it may come to you. Peace, peace, calm. And then, when something comes and touches you and acts, say quietly like this: peace, peace, peace. Do not look at the thoughts. Do not listen to the thoughts. You understand.
Yeah, and
You
Sneha,
must not
just take a pause here, because we have already covered a very good amount. I didn't realize that. Yeah. So so this activity of calling peace looks very simple, and in that simplicity, many of us may think that इसमें क्या होगा, right? But when you begin to do this activity, this very little, like a sutra, very small little sutra that Mother has given us, just call the peace in the body, in the mind, in the being. And having practiced this exercise myself, having been through restlessness, episodes of restlessness, and this activity has actually come to my rescue, giving it a permanent kind of a closure, if I can say. So as Mother says here, do not look at the thoughts. While as a human being, what we do usually is we are all the time entangled in thoughts, all the time. Some or the other thoughts, we are all the time busy in that. So Mother is saying, just forget about the thoughts for a while. They're running in the background. Don't focus on them, right? Do not look at the thoughts. Do not listen to the thoughts. And also when Mother says, when something comes and touches you and acts, say quietly like this: peace, peace, peace. What does it mean? Imagine you are interacting with a person or undergoing a challenge in your life. Many thoughts, many feelings, sensations will come. Do not focus on that. just call for calm and peace in the body. And that actually takes care of everything that needs to be done. So this is a very small little looking sutra which can be easily, kind of, we can lose it in the big paragraph. We can say, pad liya, samajh aa gaya sab. But even this small little thing, if we kind of bandho with our, pallu and use it as a kunji, like a key in our life, it can actually really assert a lot of power and calm in the being. So try it. This week, these 2 weeks are for trying this out.
So you mean to
Yeah,
say this needs to be like we need to visualize that we are getting peace
yeah,
and we are getting calm.
बिल्कुल, exactly. Because otherwise also Nehal, we are visualizing, है ना, दिमाग तो चल ही
Yeah,
रहा है ना, यूजुअली क्या चल रहा है, इट्स गोइंग ऑन इन अ नेगेटिव सेंस, ऑल, सबसे ज्यादा बुरा क्या हो सकता है, मेरे बारे में क्या लोग सोचते हैं, ऑल काइंड ऑफ दैट, रबिश. So that power of visualization, which we anyway use, is now put to bring peace in the body.
I'm just getting reminded that I get in this. I don't know. It's because of pandemic or what, but in past few months, I'm getting a lot of dreams of like my closest people getting died. Which is not usually the pattern of dreams that I come across. I never dream of somebody dying, but like in so many times this few months it's happening.
Yeah.
I come across so many dreams where I see my relatives or my parents or my sister, somebody is dying.
Yeah.
So that could that be a reason of being restless or it's just some pattern coming up?
No, I think, see, our dreams are very much related to the subconscious things that are going on in the head all the time, which we are not even aware of. So I'm sure somewhere or the other, the global situation or the fear around it or the anxiety or panic around it must be seeping in. And that is why, just one of the reasons, there may be several thousand reasons, but I'm sure it is, if the more you bring peace and calm in the body and the being, your dreams also change the character. I have personally witnessed change in the dreams, the kind of dreams, while you invoke peace in the being. So try to do it and see, like an experiment, do it and see how the pattern of dreams, maybe it changes. Right? Yeah. So Sneha, you can go ahead then. So we have done until here. Do not listen to the thoughts, you understand. Yeah.
You pay attention to everything that comes. When someone bothers you a great deal, sorry, I'm using my phone today, so I'm really
Okay.
not.
Okay.
And then you and you want to get rid of him. You don't listen to him. So your
Should I
screen
read?
yeah.
Because it's cutting. It's
Okay.
cutting in between.
So until Sneha corrects herself, maybe the phone. Yeah. You go ahead, Nehal. Maybe begin from here again. You must not pay attention. Yeah.
Yeah. You must not pay attention to everything that comes. When someone bothers you a great deal and you want to get rid of him, you don't listen to him, do you? Good. You turn your head away and think of something else. Well, you must do that when thoughts come. You must not look at them, must not listen to them, must not pay any attention at all. You must behave as though they did not exist, you see, and then repeat all the time like a kind of, how shall I put it, as an idiot does, who repeats the same thing always. Well, you must do the same thing. You must repeat peace, peace, peace.
Yeah.
So I think it is like we don't have to focus on the thought, and
Yeah,
we have to keep on telling about
perfect.
peace,
Yes,
peace
yes,
all
yes.
the while.
So let the thoughts do the chaos they are doing, let them run in the background. The problem comes when we get involved with the thoughts. If I'm giving too much attention, too much taking my thoughts much seriously, then we get entangled with the thoughts. So mother is saying, don't listen to them. Imagine that maybe a mad person is saying something to you, and you would not listen to everything what he says. So just like that, ignore the thoughts and just call peace, 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 so that the peace solidifies and stabilizes in the body.
Yeah, but I have experienced that when we deliberately try to ignore thoughts, more thoughts come.
I do not have that experience actually. I have a
Because like,
contrary experience. इसका मतलब आपने जो peace बुलाना है वो जल्दी ही छोड़ दिया होगा.
okay.
So for example, thoughts are coming, right? And I am calling peace and peace, 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 peace. Okay. But I lose my focus and I go back again, get involved with the thoughts.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this happens. So what we have to do is we have to untiringly, without losing patience, just follow peace, peace, peace. Why? Because you are very much convinced that just following my thoughts has not ever given me peace. And now what I want is peace. So mother, first of all, the first sentence that mother says is, first of all, you must want it. So if I want not peace right now, but to get entangled with my thoughts, then I will not be able to call peace in the body. But if a central sankalp is there, that yes, what I want is not to get entangled with the thoughts, but to call peace in the body, then this can be done untiringly without, getting tired of it. So wanting peace is very important. Yeah.
So you try this for a few minutes and then do what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then another time you begin again, sit down again, and then try.
Yeah.
Do this on getting up in the morning. Do this in the evening when going to bed.
Yeah.
When going to bed.
Yeah.
You can do this. Look, if you want to digest your food properly, you can do this for a few minutes before eating.
Mm-hmm.
You can't imagine how much this helps your digestion. I think I need to try this because I am a very fast eater. And अभी तो थोड़ा मैं सीखी हूँ कि थोड़ा attentively खाऊं. Otherwise, I am like thinking something else and eating something else. So there's no coordination between thought and food.
Yes.
So maybe this helps.
This will help. Yeah, definitely.
In the food.
Yeah.
Before beginning to eat, you sit quietly for a while and say, peace, 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 and everything becomes calm. It seems as though all the noises were going far, far, far away. Mother stretches out her arms on both sides. And then you must continue, and there comes a time when you no longer need to sit down. And no matter what you are doing, no matter what you are saying, it slips always. It is always peace, peace, and peace.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Everything remain here like this. It does not enter. It remains like this, and then one is always in a perfect peace.
Beautiful. After some years.
Yeah.
So this paragraph basically tells us that if I want to now transform my life, first of all, there has to be a willingness that now I want to leave my old kind of a life and begin a new kind of a life. Enough of the old patterns running me, all the time. So that is why mother in the very first sentence, says very strongly, first of all, you must want it. If I don't want peace in my life, yes, sure, Sneha, yeah. If I don't want peace and if I'm wanting to continue the confusion and chaos in my life, then this exercise cannot work for me. But
like,
yeah.
if I am like continuously reciting mother, mother, then how I am going to do this?
No, but it doesn't
Because
matter, mother or peace, anything.
I am like trying to form this habit, as I don't get much time to sit
Yes,
and practice.
yes.
So what I do is, I whenever I get to remind myself, I try to connect to mother,
Yeah,
so that I'm always in that thought that नो खाते पीते कुछ काम करते हो सके उतना उसको याद करो। तो
बिल्कुल।
मैं कॉन्शियसली याद करने की कोशिश करती हूँ
जी,
कि
जी।
मैं वो टाइम भी यूटिलाइज करूँ।
यही करना है,
तो
हाँ।
एट दैट टाइम I don't think so I can catch up with this peace
No,
wala
but
thinking.
it's the same, Nehal. See what happens when you remember the mother, you only become more calm and peaceful. You cannot remain agitated while remembering the mother. It is not possible. So what you are doing is exactly the same thing. If just make it more of a habit to include this mother or peace in each and every task that you do, or even when you are sitting alone. That is what mother is trying to say here. So if I remember any divine being or the mother or peace, it is all aspects of the same divinity. Don't get confused. No need to get confused. Anything that brings me peace is to be called upon, rather than focusing on my thoughts, getting lost, entangled in my thoughts. Because that is my choice. That is the choice I want to make now. ठीक है? तो अगर मैं चाह रही हूं कि मेरी जिंदगी जो इतनी ज्यादा रेस्टलेस थी अभी तक, it should become more peaceful and more serene. This is the choice that I am making, and I am trying this experiment out for myself. Not to get engaged with the thoughts and call peace, peace, or the mother, right? Okay. So mother says, but at the beginning, a very small beginning, 2 or 3 minutes. It is very simple. For something complicated, you must make an effort. And when one makes an effort, one is not quiet. It is difficult to make an effort while remaining quiet. So mother is saying कि don't push yourself, struggle yourself, too much, because then you will lose the peace. तो पर्पस ही एक्सपेरिमेंट का डिफीट हो जाएगा. तो बहुत ज्यादा रेस्टलेसनेस और स्ट्रगल के साथ ये एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं करना है, राइट? So mother is saying you have to be very, very simple in these things, very simple, as though you are learning how to call a friend. So this is a beautiful visualization. Mother says that imagine that you are calling a dear friend, peace, 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 like that. You call, keep on calling the friend, right? And then he comes. So make peace and calm your friends and just call them like friends. It actually works. It's beautiful experiment. One must try it out. Yeah. Okay, so first para is done. Next, maybe Ritu, would you like to read the next paragraph which is available on the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one starts from the effort
Yes.
demanded of the
Yes.
sadhak is that of aspiration, rejection, and surrender. If these three are done, the rest is to come of itself by the grace of the mother and the working of her force in you. But of the three, the most important is surrender, of which the first necessary form is trust and confidence and patience in difficulty. There is no rule that trust and confidence can only remain if aspiration is there. On the contrary, when even aspiration is not there because of the pressure of inertia, trust and confidence and patience can remain. If trust and patience fail when aspiration is quiescent, that would mean that the sadhak is relying solely on his own effort. It would mean, oh, my aspiration has failed, so there is no hope for me. My aspiration fails. So what can mother do? On the contrary, the sadhak should feel, never mind, my aspiration will come back again. Meanwhile, I know that mother is with me, and even when I do not feel her, she will carry me even through the darkest period. That is the right attitude as oppression can do nothing. Even if it comes, it has to be returned baffled. That is not tamasic surrender. Tamasic surrender is when one says, I won't do anything. Let mother do everything. Aspiration, rejection, surrender, even are not necessary. Let her do all that in me. There is a great difference between the two attitudes. One is that of the shirker who won't do anything, and the other is that of the sadhak who does his best. But when he is reduced to quiescence for a time and things are adverse, keeps always his trust in the mother's force and presence behind all, and by that trust baffles the opposition force and calls back the activity of the sadhu.
Yeah, sadhana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go through this one by one. अब इसमें क्या हो रहा है, इसमें mother is telling and that going through life, going through difficulties, what is demanded of a sadhak who is now on the path of yoga. Yoga means now finding the divine essence, uniting with the divine essence, unifying my being with that divinity. So the person who is on this path, what is expected of him is aspiration, a willingness to do that. Rejection means that everything that will come on the way in this path of surrender, I'll reject it. So all the thoughts which are so-called negative in nature, all the activities, outward activities which do not take me to the divine, I will reject those activities using my will, the strength of will, okay? And surrender, which comes automatically later. So if these three are done, the rest is to come of itself by grace of the mother. So mother is saying, if you just focus loosely on these three aspects, the rest is all taken care of by the divine. Okay? But of the three, the most important is surrender. Mother says, even if you are lacking in, because of inertia, जो तमस है हमारे अंदर, उसकी वजह से हमारे में चाह उत्पन्न नहीं हो पा रही है, एक विलिंगनेस उत्पन्न नहीं हो पा रही है डिविनिटी की तरफ जाने की या सरेंडर करने की. सो मदर इज सेइंग इवन व्हेन द एस्पिरेशन इज नॉट देयर, इफ यू हैव अ बेसिक सरेंडर that yes, whatever the divine or the universe does is for my good, that basic surrender, basic knowing, then everything is taken care of. Then aspiration also comes alongside. Okay, let's see how. On the contrary, even when aspiration is not there, मेरे में कोई चाह नहीं है, okay, even when aspiration is not there, because of inertia, trust and confidence and patience in the divine workings can remain. So a solid faith that whatever I am going through in my life is for a higher good. That faith, if you have, that really takes you far. That is what mother is saying. If trust and patience fail when aspiration is quiescent, मतलब बिल्कुल चाह वगैरह नहीं है, और ट्रस्ट एंड पेशेंस भी अगर फेल हो गए, then that would mean that the sadhak is relying solely on his own effort, जैसे my own doing, being the doer. It would mean, oh, my aspiration has failed and there is no hope for me. तो अब क्या हुआ? The faith is also lacking. पहले क्या था? विलिंगनेस नहीं थी, चाह नहीं थी, ठीक है, that is okay. But एक faith था that universe is with me and whatever path that universe shows to me will be for my good. अब जब वो faith भी lacking हो गया, then this depressive feelings kind of begin to sink in. That I am all alone and there is nobody with me, there is no hope, क्यों मेरे में तो चाह भी नहीं है, मेरे में तो चाह भी नहीं है, faith भी खो दिया, सब कुछ. So mother is saying that if you really are a sadhak on this path, then what should you be in the attitude that you must take is, never mind, my aspiration will come back again. अगर अभी नहीं है, मेरे को इतनी चाह फील नहीं हो रही है, आ जाएगी, आ जाएगी, it will come back again. Meanwhile, I know that the mother is with me even when I do not feel her. This is a very strong faith in the divine workings, that even if I cannot feel concretely mother's or peace, the presence of divine in my body, in my mind, even then the divine is always there. Always there. So that kind of solid faith, unbreakable faith, if one has, that takes care of all the other challenges. That is what mother is saying, that this is the right attitude you must have to go through all the darknesses and other challenges in life. Mother is further saying, to those who have depression can do nothing. Even if it comes, it has to return baffled. That is not tamasic surrender. Tamasic surrender is when one says, I won't do anything, let mother do everything. You must have seen people who say, I am so very surrendered, and they become very passive and full of tamas in that surrender. They don't want to move their hands and legs at all. They think that अब तो भगवान ही करेगा, as if भगवान ने तुम्हें ये हाथ और पैर नहीं दिए हुए, right? So that is tamasic surrender. Yeah. Yes. The other is, so mother is saying there are two kinds of these attitudes. One is a very tamasic surrender where the shirker says, I don't want to do anything, then let the divine do everything. The other one is of the sadhak who is now collaborating with the divine, who does his best. But when he is reduced to quiescence, in the sense, not much is happening in my life, not much aspiration in my life, not much willingness to progress, even in those kind of adversities, he always has this basic faith and trust in the workings of the mother or the divine. वो trust नहीं टूटता, एक depressive feeling आनी शुरू नहीं होती. That is the quality of sadhak. Okay, and in no time the situation then changes and the aspiration also comes and the faith also solidifies further. So this is, yeah.
In many situations, even though we understand this,
yes,
and we know that mother is there, and we know we want to have faith in mother, at times doubt creates.
Okay.
So you come across, like you're going through some situation,
yeah,
and you know that no, mother has
yes,
done this for some purpose.
Yeah, but doubt comes.
Thinking in more details, or many a times because you lose little patience,
Yeah.
you start doubting
Totally
that particular feeling
Yes,
for a while or
yes.
for a moment.
Yeah.
Then how to go on with,
We have already
that
covered.
particular feeling.
See, Nehal, what we discussed in the first paragraph, that see, how does a doubt come? Doubt comes first as a thought. If you don't have a mind, doubt cannot come. So doubt is entering you via a thought. And in the beginning itself, mother says, do not give any attention to the thoughts, just call peace, 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 peace. If I want to get involved in the thoughts, then obviously I am fueling the doubt. I am putting more petrol and diesel in the doubt. So when doubt comes, one has to reject. Again, mother says aspiration, rejection and surrender. So if I am working in faith, and if a doubt is coming now in my faith, I have to just reject it, nothing doing. The more I entertain the doubt, the more it stays in my being.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monica, why does this say to those who have depression can do nothing?
Yeah. So what happens? What happens when one sinks into depression? It's a state of a very solid separation from divine light, a strong separation. Although the separation is not there, but the ego, my thought, creates as if there is a very strong separation and I cannot reach the light. So it's all happening in the mind, but the mind is creating as if a very, very thick wall between me and grace. And that is why mother is saying that those who enter into depression, they actually are not able to even move their, out of that inertia of depression. They keep on, it's like a daldal, you are keep on getting sinking into it more and more.
So what should they do?
See, mostly क्या होता है कि if you have friends around who bring light into your life in some form or the other, engage you into discussions which are looking towards light rather than darkness, then slowly one kind of recovers. But it has to be a long process of recovery. Depression, because you have sank to the bottom of the darkness. It's a very solid darkness which appears so very real, although sun is rising every day, although the divine grace is omnipresent, but I cannot see it. It's all in the mind. So slowly, with the help of friends, with the help of good people around who are genuinely interested in pulling you out of that darkness and filth, only then, something can be done. It's a strange thing. It's owing to the mind only. The mind complicates affairs so much that we become so serious in our life कि अगर मेरे हिसाब से नहीं चल रहा तो इसका मतलब जिंदगी बिल्कुल बेकार है, अगर मेरे हिसाब से नहीं चल रहा. सो वो जो ट्रस्ट है, एक फेथ है वर्किंग ऑफ द डिवाइन में, वो टोटली बिल्कुल एब्सोल्यूट जीरो होने लग जाता है. तो वो धीरे धीरे दैट हैज टू बी डेवलप्ड, मे बी people around have to develop this faith, show different facets of the world, what else is possible, show maybe pick up those talents of that person which give him joy, right? Because all of us have some skill sets or talents from very childhood only. People like to do something or the other and that brings them joy. So engage them in those kind of activities which are joyful, which give them joy, which they are not doing out of a pressure or a burden to please someone. So then it can, slowly kind of light can come into the being.
So mother won't be helping in that situation?
Mother is helping all the time, but the thing is that we are closing our eyes to the mother. If I close my eyes and I say, I don't want to see you, what can mother do? Mother is standing right there. Open your eyes. Eyes also mother has given. But eyelids are also given. So there is free will. If I don't want to see, I'll close my eyes. I'll keep on shut, My eyes will be shut as long as I want. And then I'll keep on sinking into depression. But the moment I open my eyes, mother is right there, never gone. Mother or the divine essence or the light in life. In fact, people who have been through long years of depression, 10, 11 years of depression, and after that they have opened their eyes and they have become really masters in the spiritual world. If you have heard these names, Byron Katie and Jeff Foster, both of them have gone through severe depression, 10, 11 years, imagine, of depression. But then when the person is ready to open eyes, the divine grace is right there. Eckhart Tolle, if you have heard his name, Power of Now, a New Earth, he went through depression. And only after going through those darker phases, then one realizes, मेरी जिंदगी में ऐसी क्या, what is missing? And then something happens and one chooses to open his eyes, and the divine grace is right here, standing next door. That is what now the message they spread all around the world, going through severe depression. So it's never gone anywhere, just we need to open our eyes. And mother is all the time helping. See, if you have people in your life who are helping you to see the light, if you have stumbled upon books in your life which are full of light, what is that? Where is that coming from? That is also act of divine grace.
Is it not so that when mother's grace is there, then I will automatically be pulled out of depression?
Automatic तो कुछ भी नहीं होता. Automatic तो कुछ नहीं होता.
क्यों? बहुत सारी चीजें automatic होती हैं.
बताओ.
It's not in our hand. It's not our free.
But it's not automatic. It's not automatic. See, that death is not happening by divine grace. There is a
It's not
long,
in my hands, then how is it happening?
it's totally in your hands, but because I am not in touch with my essence, the soul that decides when to die. That is why this is called ignorance, this parda between the ego and my real being. This is the parda of ignorance, that I don't know who am I. The moment this parda decreases and I get in touch with the divine essence, I know that I have chosen for this life. So no grace is possible, it's not that a separate grace is acting and you are some separate being. You are very much in connection with the divine grace and you choose how your life should move. The only thing is that I am not even aware of that divine essence which chooses in me where to move, in what direction to move. And that is why people who wake up to their soul, they slowly become masters of their life. They create their life.
No, I don't understand. That means I mean, if a person dies all of a sudden, he's died because of his free will.
Yes.
Okay, so that means I'm not aware of the free will. If I'm not aware of the free will, how can I take the help of my free will to get out of depression?
Yes. So if one has to, that is what I'm saying, friends or words or people who are around. For example, this course that we are doing, now we are becoming more and more aware that each moment I have free will. I was not aware. For example, myself, I was not aware of this free will that I have in my life until cancer happened to me. Through the process of cancer, kind of a series of waking ups, I realized, oh my God, in this moment I can choose, bloody, I want to be in this state of being or that state of being. I was not aware of this. And this is the journey for all of us, First of all, it's like a sleepwalking that we are doing. And then slowly these difficult or challenging experiences kind of begin to shake us up a little. And then when it is too painful, then I begin to realize, yeah, there is something called choice. There is something called free will. And I don't have to react so badly to this experience because I have free will. And I can choose to be in a separate, different way of being, because what is most important for me is peace and joy and not this, ugliness all the time.
No, but then that's only if you're given the chance to use your free will.
Yes.
There are events when people don't even get the chance to use their free will. They just die all of a sudden. So that death is not because of their free will.
So, Ritu, you are thinking that the person who died all of a sudden. Now, we are thinking all of a sudden because we have no idea of how these events happen, right? For example, just like imagine that thunder comes. Immediately now thunder comes. A geologist who has a geologist or maybe, meteorological department person, for him it would not be all of a sudden. He would say, यार winds तो बिल्कुल चल रही थी वैसी. He would say, अभी अभी तो वो pressure वाला area develop हुआ था. How can you say all of a sudden? Why? Because he has the clue of the happenings around what happens before rain. Now, I as a person who has no idea of the weather, no idea of the winds, for me it is all of a sudden.
So then how can I use my free will when it's all of a sudden for me?
Yes, now I'll tell you how can you use your free will. You can use your free will. So a person dies in front of you. You are devastated. Okay? And for a long time you remain devastated.
No, I'm talking about from that person's perspective. That how can that person use his free will?
That person did what he had to do. अब उसकी फ्री विल आपके हाथ में नहीं है, आपकी फ्री विल आपके हाथ में है.
फ्री विल की बात ही नहीं कर रही. I'm talking about the free will of that person only.
It cannot be.
What I want to say is,
it cannot be, Ritu.
फ्री विल जो है वो हर सिचुएशन में, जैसे डेथ की सिचुएशन में तो हमारे पास फ्री विल नहीं होती ना कि whether we want to die or we don't want to die.
क्यों नहीं होती?
कैसे होती है?
बिल्कुल होती है. One has to become conscious of it. The more I become conscious of my soul, only when I can choose, na. हम चाहते हैं कि हम ईगो में रहें, अपनी थॉट्स में, अपने ओपिनियंस में रहें और फ्री विल भी यूज करते रहें. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. ईगो हैज अ सेट पैटर्न. ईगो डज नॉट हैव फ्री विल. ईगो हैज अ सेट टेंडेंसी कि मैं जैसा मेरा अपब्रिंगिंग हुई है बचपन से लेकर आज तक, मैं बिल्कुल उसी पाथ पे चलूंगी, मैं हिलूंगी नहीं, टस से मस नहीं होंगी. दिस इज ईगो.
Let's say it's a sudden death. Somebody is driving and there's an accident and he dies, or somebody is on the road and some mishappening happens. So how can one use one's? Maybe that person is not at all egoistic. Maybe that person is on this path of divine consciousness. But then that person doesn't get a chance to use the free will.
Ritu, that is what I think as an objective person outside, right? But if that person life is taken care of, if you see all the accounts happening, they are choosing it. Yes, Sneha, they are choosing it. I am not aware of the inside happenings of that person. And it is not, all of us have ego. As long as we live, we will have ego. I have an ego, you have an ego. It just matters that the ego over time kind of surrenders and gives up to the divine will. So when you are saying that a person is dying is an accident and it appears as if he has no free will, it only appears like that. He is choosing his destiny each moment. You are not aware of it as an objective person outside. There are so many things happening which I am not aware of. आप ये देखो, are you aware of all the movements going on in your being, Ritu, if I ask you? No, right? How can I be aware of other person's life?
No. What I'm saying is कि वो जो free will है तो वो उस time पर उस person में नहीं, मतलब I'm not saying कि I should have been aware through my free will that this is gonna happen. When I don't even know about myself that right now I'm sitting here, maybe next moment I might just collapse.
Yeah.
So how can I use my free will in that case?
You cannot use. That is why consciousness is important for free will. One cannot sleepwalk and use free will. Right? So the moment I become more and more conscious of my movements, only then I become more aware that yes, there is something called free will. Imagine that somebody now comes from outside the room and slaps me on my face. How can I use free will here? There are two ways in which I can react. One way is I get really very disturbed and maybe slap him back and पूरे अंदर मेरे आग लग जाए. That is one way. That way is not free will oriented. वो तो मेरी टेंडेंसी है बचपन से कि कोई भी मुझे थप्पड़ मारता है मैं आग बबूला हो जाती हूँ. ठीक है? That is not free will at all. I am not aware that I have free will. If I am becoming more calm and conscious of my being, of my movements, I'll say, okay, थप्पड़ पड़ गया. There are two ways I can take it. I can either slap him back and disturb my own calm, or I can imagine as if nothing happened. Because what for me is important is my peace. बड़ा अक्खड़ होना पड़ता है फ्री विल यूज होने के लिए, करने के लिए. It is very easy to slap immediately and say 2-3 really foolish stupid words to him. Very easy, because that is not use of my free will.
I'm not talking about reaction.
हाँ,
That's different. That's like
no, that is free will. जब आपको मदर यहाँ पे बोल रही है use your free will to invite peace and calm, that is what free will is about. If we not able to use that, कोई फायदा नहीं है. बाकी मरने और ना मरने की फ्री विल का कोई फायदा नहीं है. क्या करोगे ऐसी जिंदगी का जिसमें फ्री थे ही नहीं, टेंडेंसीज से चिपके हुए थे? करोगे क्या ऐसी जिंदगी का? Although I understand, Ritu, where you are coming from. So you are coming from a place where you are saying, if I am not wrong, correct me if I am wrong, right? I am understanding that a person dies all of a sudden. For me, it appears that it is all of a sudden, although there is a series of events and the person is choosing. I am not aware that the person is choosing to die. To me, it appears all of a sudden. ठीक है? अब आप कह रहे हो कि उसके पास फ्री विल क्यों नहीं थी कि वो ना मरे, ये कह रहे हो ना?
हाँ, मैं कह रही हूँ जैसे डिप्रेशन में अगर हो, यहाँ पे जैसे लिखा है, तो उसकी भी फ्री विल हमने चूज का मतलब वो भी हमने कभी चूज किया होगा, जैसे हमने कभी डेथ चूज करी है कि मैं सडनली मर जाऊं, तो वैसे मैंने कभी ना कभी अपने लिए maybe I'm ignorant about it that I've chosen depression for myself. Like I don't know.
Can I intervene?
Mm-hmm,
Can I
mm-hmm,
intervene?
mm-hmm.
See, I think, uh, as a soul, this is not your only birth you are continuing. So, what Monica is saying is, it is there are series of events and it's pre-planned that that person will be choosing to die on a particular event which we do not know, but for that soul it was essential and it was already decided. So that journey of the soul is continued.
Soul has chosen, maybe that soul somewhere has chosen depression also, 10 years of depression
ठीक
for
है,
the growth of
ठीक
this.
है, ठीक है, हाँ, परफेक्ट.
तो उसमें तो फिर फ्री विल नहीं आई ना, उसमें तो उसने पहले कभी चूज करी थी.
हाँ.
तो इफ by saying that by free will one can choose to get out of that depression, but maybe I was supposed to be depressed for 10 years, maybe
हाँ.
I chose this period for
हाँ.
myself.
हाँ, हाँ, बिल्कुल. So you are using the free will ना, कि you are free will, you are choosing by free will that I will be in depression for 10 years. What is this if not free will? No one can stop you for not being in depression. Even your closest friend cannot stop you. So this is action of free will.
In that
Yes.
case, if in my current life, let's say I am depressed for 10 years, and in my previous some other time I chose by my free will to be depressed in the next life for my growth.
Yeah.
So in that case, even if let's say my friend tries or I try with my free will, then that depression is gonna still be there.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, क्योंकि फ्री विल तो हर मोमेंट में है ना रितु, यही तो फ्री विल है, हर मोमेंट में है. एंड इनफाइनाइट पॉसिबिलिटीज. हैव यू सीन अ फ्लो चार्ट? एक फ्लो चार्ट कैसा होता है? मैथमेटिकल फ्लो चार्ट. सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज इट्स लाइक अ फ्लो. The moment I choose this option, there is a particular set of happenings. The moment I choose this options, I have a particular set of happenings. At each moment, I have infinite possibilities that I am opening myself to. Only I have to be aware that I have this thing called choice. यूजुअली हमारे पास ये अवेयरनेस नहीं होती है कि मेरे पास चॉइस है इस मोमेंट में. जैसे कि मुझे अगर किसी ने थप्पड़ मारा तो मुझे लगता है मेरे पास तो कोई चॉइस नहीं है, अरे उसने थप्पड़ मारा, मुझे तो मारना ही था, यही लगता है ना मुझे. The moment
for all situations I'm okay, I'm understanding what you are saying. But then I think like there are probably some situations, let's say like a situation of a sudden death only, wherein probably the free will, I don't know how the free will works. Maybe I mean how I don't know how I chose it earlier. So let's say I chose it in 5 births before this birth.
I would suggest something.
Yeah. Let Ritu complete.
Out of this session, maybe it's not related to mother, but you can read some books by Brain Ways, and therein you will find the life of people. There are a lot of examples of people having this kind of events and incidences, and it's also related to their past and coming future life and all. So maybe you will get to understand this part there very easily. I had a breakthrough when I read this book. So this book really had abhi Monica ji ne bataya tha ki there are some books, grace comes in the form of books or maybe in the form of people. So this was a very big breakthrough for me, as if I got something confirmed on my own. And here also there are two boys, young boys, who suddenly met with an accident, and the mother is asking the same question to the you can say divine or nature or to anybody, that why my kids suddenly met with an accident and both of them they are dying. So the whole book is about that. You go through this and I'm sure your this query will get more answers to it, and maybe thereafter when you will read this source that is shared today, it's going to come out in a different way. I can just name it, the book for you. It's The Laws of the Spirit World by Khurshid Bhavnagri. And it will really open up some different avenue to you, because she suffered the same thing, that my children were so good and there is nothing wrong that they did, then why this accident occurred them.
Yeah.
And that her answer is given by her children only, in the form of spirit or soul, and they are letting her know what was the reason of them getting died at such an unnatural moment.
Yeah.
So there are certain things, I think we can put it in this way, that it is beyond our mind and logical understanding
Yeah.
to reason out why this is happening and why this person could not choose or is choosing free will. Right, we don't know the calculation and the mystery of divine, why certain things are happening in certain way.
Yeah.
But there is always some very big reason which is beyond human mind understanding, to know that why that thing unnaturally happened to somebody. But it's for the betterment of many. I read another book of a saint. There is, if I don't know how far you believe this, but there is in Himalayas a very divine, mysterious place known as Gnanganj. And Gnanganj is only revealed to those people who have raised themselves to some particular spiritual level. So those no saints only open that particular school of spirituality if you are of certain cater in terms of your spirituality. So he was not a saint, he was a simple person just like us, having a very beautiful wife, and his wife suddenly died of diarrhea by simple reason. She suffered diarrhea for 2 good days and she was dead, and he was very much attached to his wife, and he lost his wife, and then there was a very big jolt into him that what is the purpose of this life and death. And that changed the whole course of his life. He left his job, he left his house, he started roaming in Himalayas, and he tried to find out that why is the purpose of coming to this life, and what is the purpose of dying, and why this kind of events are happening in human life. And then later on he turns out to be more spiritual. He comes across in Himalaya some other saint who gives him training, and one fine day he is becoming enough capable to come to that level of spirituality that he can enter Gnanganj. So in Gnanganj he is taken for a day by his guru, and there he meets his wife, and then he comes to know that she died because they were actually husband wife from the previous births, and because he was not raising himself to certain extent, she came as a wife again this birth to help to have this jolt. She wanted that she should have he should have this jolt, and he raises his spirituality to some extent. So I think you can put this incident of your life in this way, that maybe that person's death is a jolt for you, because see, now you are questioning why this is happening, and you are trying to find out the answers, going closer to the spiritual world. So we don't understand how this this whole mathematics of divine goes, but there are a lot of things which are planned in such a way. Ultimately it's all a help, so that we raise ourselves to some or the other level. So I would suggest you read Brainwaves books, and also this particular book, if you can manage to get it online, and maybe you will really get to know more details, and then you read Mother. It will be no a different attitude to go through then.
Yeah, that is okay. I'll try and read them. Thank you. But the only thing is, sometimes I feel that maybe it's not visible, but free will sometimes is not there. That's what
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's okay. Ritu, we'll stay with that feeling that you have, for now, you think that free will at times is not there. It's okay to stay with that, and question it and keep on questioning and experimenting it. And that is what we are here for. We are not here to just believe in what is given to us. Unless you experiment it out in your life and it becomes real for you, it's better to question it. So it's beautiful that you are not accepting what is just like served on a platter as a theory, because only after your own experiments, your own real life experiments, it becomes real and alive for you. Otherwise it's just a theory, you don't buy it. So it's perfect. Just go ahead and ahead, march ahead and ahead, keeping all these questions with you. And in time, I have no doubt that these questions have to get sublimated. No doubt about it. Right? So, yeah, let's just take this small little paragraph, and maybe after that we can choose what we want to do. This one, remember and offer. So I'll not go through the document, but I'll just tell you the crux. You can go through the document by yourself later. The crux is that, see, first of all, I must want a life which is a changed life. If I just want to pursue my old lifestyle and want my old life back, this path is not for me. This one has to remind, okay? So if I want a life which is now something new and maybe a little lighter, not heavy, what I had in a previous life or the life until now, then what I have to do is I have to choose. Now only I can choose. Earlier I was not able to choose. I have to choose that whatever task I am doing, I keep on remembering the divine and offering that task. अब होता क्या है, जब हम ऑफर करते हैं एक टास्क आहुति में, जैसे यज्ञ, सी वी हिंदूज हैव बीन डूइंग दिस आहुतिस फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम, यू नो, हम उसका सिग्निफिकेंस ही भूल गए हैं. हवन तो हो जाता है, आहुतियां भी डल जाती हैं, बट अपनी ईगो को आहुति में डालना है वो भूल जाते हैं. These ahutis are very well an indicator that there is something more than our little limited selves to which I must aspire, because that is my truth. And in order to go there, what I have to do, I have to shatter all my little pieces, give it to the, offer it to the fire. Just like when a rocket goes into space, the whole big rocket, that pura chunk of it, it cannot go into the space. It goes up and little pieces, fall away, which are not necessary. Only the little thin portion within, only that goes into the space. All of this, ऐसा नहीं है कि ईगो की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, क्वेश्चनिंग की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, डाउट की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, डिप्रेशन की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. इन सब की जरूरत है. दे आर लाइक अ लैडर. सो जब वो रॉकेट में एक्स्ट्रा पीसेस अटैच्ड हैं, they are helping the rocket until a point. But after that point, if the rocket still carries all those parts, the rocket will not be able to launch itself into the space. So my ego was necessary until a point, is necessary until a point. My doubts and my questions and my depressions, all are, all are helpful until a point. Then a point comes when I am so close, yes Neha, when I am so close to the space in which I have to get united, that now all that burden has to be shed. A willing surrender. So everything now makes sense. Ego makes sense. Depression makes sense. Doubts and questioning make sense. All my failures, past mistakes, all of them make sense because they have got me until here, until this point, until where I wanted to go all the time. So, only later we realize in our lives कि यार ये जो मुझे मिला है, चाहे बहुत धक्कों के बाद और बहुत पेन एंड स्ट्रगल के बाद मिला है, ये तो मैं हमेशा से चाहता था. ये बाद में पता लगता है, क्योंकि अपीयरेंस उन चीजों की ना वैसी नहीं होती जैसी हम इमेजिन करते हैं. For example, if I am looking for joy, I will just look for smiles and happiness, right? But you have no idea that people who are now the most joyous right now in this moment have gone through immense pain and struggle. That is always, hidden from the story. So and that is, अब आप पूछ सकते हैं ये क्यों है, ये किसने बनाया ये रास्ता, कि इतना गंदा रास्ता, पहले रो पीटो और फिर जॉय में जाओ. See, this is what is called Leela, the divine adventure, that the divine is enjoying in its Anand. And it says, yaar, what, no fun, there is no challenge, there is no adversary. फन तो तब आता है ना जब सामने कोई ऑपोजिशन खड़ा हो, तुम्हें तलवार निकालनी हो. दैट इज एडवेंचर. पूरा घर पूरा लग्जरी से भरा हुआ है और तुम्हारे पास धन है और सब कुछ, बच्चे भी बहुत ओबीडियंट पैदा हो गए. नो मजा एट ऑल. So all these adventures, all these difficulties, we ourselves have plunged into. The only thing is we have forgotten that this is the adventure I plunged myself into. ऐसा लगता है किसी और ने धक्का दे दिया औंधे मुंह, right? And this is what is called wheel of ignorance or Maya. This is what is Maya. कि हमें लगता है कि हमको किसी और ने धक्का दिया है, जबकि आए हम खुद हैं. And people who now realize this are now most joyous. उनको इतनी दिक्कत नहीं होगी चैलेंज से. उनको लगेगा अच्छा एक नया चैलेंज आने वाला है, देखता है इससे क्या खुलता है मेरी लाइफ में. So that trust in the divine, that faith in the universe workings, that comes back. And this if it is always there since beginning, this faith and trust in the divine, no fun, man. फन भी तो होना चाहिए ना लाइफ में कि अब पीछे देखो 50 साल की जिंदगी में तो क्या उथल पुथल ऊपर नीचे you went through. So it's all actually in fun, but owing to the seriousness of how seriously ego takes itself, it becomes serious only for a short while. I'm sure when we look back at this event, maybe after 20 years, we will realize the significance of this event in our lives, of what it opened up in my life, right? Yeah. So offering oneself and remembering that one has to offer oneself. For example, how I do is, whenever I am having an interaction, whenever I am cooking, as much as I can remember, I remember and offer it to the mother. Mother, this is for you. और होता क्या है उससे, नथिंग स्टेज ओवर यू. इट्स लाइक अ बर्डन इज शेड ऑफ. क्योंकि अब मैं अपने लिए कुछ करूंगी नहीं, मैं मदर के लिए करूंगी. तो अगर फेलियर भी हुआ तो मदर मुझे बताएंगी उसमें क्या प्रोग्रेस जरूरी है, क्योंकि मैंने अपने लिए तो किया नहीं, मदर के लिए किया. तो अगर मदर के लिए कुछ किया और गड़बड़ हुई, आई विल ट्राई टू करेक्ट इट. सिंपल. सो जो बर्डन है जिंदगी से, वो धीरे धीरे इट मेक्स यू लाइटर एंड लाइटर. Because if we continue to live a life of ego, which is only doing things for itself, then it makes us heavy. And at one point of time, one chooses whether I want heaviness in life or whether I want lightness in life. It is our choice. Yeah. Any questions at this? So I'm hoping that you will go through that little video that I shared, the session on surrender that we had. I had shared the video on WhatsApp group. It may help, to answer some of those questions. I don't know, or maybe give a different perspective. And I'll also share this chapter on surrender by Sri Aurobindo in Letters of Yoga. I'll share it on email or maybe WhatsApp, a PDF, right? Yeah. So just stay with the questions. It's okay to have questions. It's okay to have, difficult times. It's okay to be not okay. Allowing ourselves to be not okay. Allowing ourselves to cry and maybe, break apart. All that is necessary. कोई बचपन से, पैदा नहीं होता खंबा बनके, राइट? और खंबा होने का कोई फायदा भी नहीं है. धीरे धीरे हम बनते हैं और फिर टूटते हैं to find our real strength. And that is the beauty of the whole journey, this adventure. सब कुछ पहले से ही डिसाइडेड होगा, सब कुछ पहले से ही पता होगा, तो उसमें मजा नहीं है ना. Even astrology can also give us hints and clues. It does not completely have any idea कि इसकी exactly life में क्या होने वाला है, क्योंकि all the fun will be taken away from life. So the spirit of adventure, of knowing ourselves, knowing about life, is what we have signed ourselves into. And just stay where you are. I think it's a beautiful place. All of us are really doing the best we can, just going on and progressing on our path. Yeah. So that is from my side today, and I'll be sharing the recording if any of you need it anyway, as always. And if anytime any question comes up which you want to discuss, feel free to call or WhatsApp, or record something and send me all the time, 24/7. Yeah. So okay, all the best, and for your assignments also all the best. Thank you, Sneha, for joining. Yeah.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Nehal.
I hope
Thank
Ritu
you.
is fine. I hope Ritu is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you then. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Would you like to talk, Ritu? Would you like to talk?